One of his strongest performances in years, he finished the race in 5th, getting Consport up to exactly the start they were looking for. Following on from the whole host of setbacks in 22, a revitalised Butler in a fully functioning Consport car has proven to be the perfect antidote to the problems that plagued the team last season. It's too late to say for Devon's fans to get excited for the 23 season, maybe, but whether or not this level of performance is sustainable remains to be seen. But Bahrain represents something important to Consport and something that the team will not have felt in a long time. It understands that Casper was appointed team principal at Consport, therefore couldn't help itself from speculating how he would take the role. No one could doubt his credentials as a driver, but could he really run an F1 team? Plenty were skeptical, but the early signs are promising. We've been hearing positive noises from the Consport camp regarding the changes Acker made in pre-season testing, and today's performance from Butler, a 5th place finish no less, would seem to confirm that the team is doing something right, at least for now. Could this be a turning point for Consport? Could an era of Casper Ackerman usher in a new dawn? In an era where the car works, the drivers are content, and the team finally becomes recognised as a genuine threat to the established order. And that was it. Devon the Demon Butler. I don't think I've ever seen him drive like that. It's a bit different from winter testing, isn't it? He's got anything to apologise for, Devon. He's the most respected names in the sport. Oh, so Ben took note of what we said. How do you think Alonso's feeling about his new scene? Usually starting to freeze afterwards. I swear one of them was getting like a little kid. The new Consport were good, but that was something else. I have much more to say at the debrief to each department in turn, and we're firing on all cylinders. Could you slow down a little next time? I'm getting settling in, and I couldn't keep up. So it's a phenomenal talent out there, so then we made a great team. And I'll warn you now, there will be applause. Dev, looks like I'm not going to get legal involved after all. The insurance are happy to pay the claim for the damage to the bodywork, and there's a specialist over in Barnes willing to take it on. It'll take a few months, but at least we can get it sorted. I need a decision on what we do with the builder though. I've spoken to him again and he clearly feels guilty about the whole thing. I also found out exactly how it happened. Would you believe that he decided to hop in the driver's seat and pretend to be a racing car driver? He said he couldn't resist. His face was bright red as he was telling me. The irony is he didn't even know who you were. It's when he got out but he pranged the door. It was one heck of a dent. He does seem like a really nice guy and it was clearly a big job for him. So I just need to know if you're happy to continue with the work. That's bizarre. That's truly bizarre. Strong start to the season for Consport has the team in high spirits and the paddock heads to Melbourne for the Australian Grand Prix. I think Devon's having issues. Monumental win in Formula 2 last season left many wondering what's next for Cali. I definitely achieved what I started to do in F2, perhaps a little too quickly. Just because I'm not visibly on track this season doesn't mean I'm not driving. I'm busier than ever. We ask what her daily routine looks like and if she now sees a future in Formula 1 of her success last season. I'm in the simulator most days and helping out one of the F1 teams with test driving and car evaluation, so who knows? It's difficult and not just about talent, so much more down to funding being the right place at the right time. I wonder what team that is. The Consport seems like a brand new team this season. Anyway, I'll go down to Casper in managerial seat. Drivers do seem to be racing with a new sense of purpose, especially Devon, who is consistently flying out of the grid like he's got something to prove. And it's been a year since the track refreshes around Melbourne Albert Park debuted. Drivers will be familiar with it now, but it's worth reminding ourselves what we're dealing with. 7 of its corners have been modified, many of them widened so as to encourage overtaking and closer wheel-to-wheel racing. 2 were removed entirely, with what was a chicane at 9 and 10 becoming straight. 1, 3, 6 and 15 are well widened, and 13 and 15 saw altered cambers to allow for multiple racing lines. So it was good value last year. Yeah, it was actually good in the last year's game as well, as I proved in the Audi in the game. Melbourne native. In fact, Albert Park was once victim to Melbourne's wider waste problem and became a makeshift garbage repository, eventually used for grazing, military training and rifle practice. The park was protected and connected to by train to the rest of the city centre, eventually opening it up to housing, sport and leisure activities like boating. The slow shift showed the seeds for what we think of as Albert Park today. Nice bit of trivia there. We know Ackerman's cracked it. Chat with Butler about his start of the season, along with a few off-topic discussions. It's too early in the season. Besides, Constable have got lucky and they'll never keep this up. Just arriving at the main gate now, excited. Someone's actually going there. Whereas fair go, biscuits, good day. I slipped on my beans. What? Does F2 always race here? No, it was I think it was added in 21, wasn't it? Shane Mayer isn't still in F2, but let's see her here. Oh, so he's a Red Bull reserve driver. The home fans can now throw their full support behind Piastri. His location is here, there, and everywhere. Everything's running perfectly, but we had to make some last-minute tweaks to the transmission. Should squeeze a little more performance out of it. But I'd love you down in the garage so I can go through it with you both face to face. I'll be there, so pop in as soon as you can. A great start to the season, but that was always the risky part. Let's keep the energy up and not take our eyes off the prize. I always used to find the first few races tricky. It's easy to land on your laurels once you've started to find form. Let's go out there today, if this is the last race we ever do. The RFA private tour is booked and confirmed. I've put the details in your diary, but you'll be picked up from the hotel at 8 AM on Monday. Don't be late for this one. It's a full day and there's a lot going on. Please don't leave everyone waiting this time. Also, Nigel Mansell's driving gloves have finally arrived. The auction house was extremely apologetic about the delay. I forgot that auction ever happened. It was so long ago, I'm not sure if you want me to put them, and I have a sneaky suspicion that you may not care. Perhaps somewhere on show down in the basement. Honestly, I could still figure that an incredible amount of money to spend just to annoy someone. So it was a ploy for Devon to annoy Aiden, that's what it was. I almost forgot, I've had 2 calls from the private clinic. Mentioned something about an appointment you booked, but won't talk to me about it. Do you know anything about this? If so, can you call them? So Devon knows there's something wrong, but he's trying to keep it hidden. I wonder if it's going to affect him in this one. So maybe I'll take it back about Hungary. Maybe he legit didn't hear it because his hearing was failing him at the time. It seems like a what is it called? A passive problem that could be getting worse.
Here comes Butler.
Yeah, it's happening again.
Straight. Into the corner we go. That's a little too late, and he nearly goes off the track on the exit. And is that a lapse in concentration?
I think just a little bit of desperate driving there, Crofty. He's pushing way too hard. I mean, there's nobody else around him at this stage.
Okay, Devon, we're going to have to ease off from the brakes.
You can't hear it.
Brakes don't feel right. Okay, we'll have a look at it, but you're going to see a drop-off in performance, I'm afraid. What? Why? We've asked you to take it easy on the last lap, but pushing has made the issue even worse. So we're just going to have to live with it for now. What are you talking about? Listen, just do what you can, please, Devon. Come on.
So, yeah, Devon has issues. And that's probably why he didn't hear the team order in Hungary. Alright.
We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button.
The DRS zone here. Oh wow, Sainz just shoved me off. Wow. I think the DRS zones might be what's really powerful in this game. Shit. The YT car is a fucking pain in the ass.
You're in the top 10 now. Keep it up.
So that's why Devon couldn't hear the team orders in Hungary. He didn't get them because he didn't hear them. Of course, he didn't want to admit that. Very interesting indeed.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
I like how they kind of factor like dirt and things on your tires. That's just a graphical. I don't know whether that's a thing or just a graphical glitch. I'm not losing because of that bullshit. Fine, the signs fucking shoving me off. To be fair, I've been shoving people off this whole playthrough, so. There's Aiden.
Okay, gap ahead is 6.3 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 2.2 seconds. Okay, we've got 4 laps of fuel remaining.
You know what I think? Right. Do you reckon Davidoff was saying all that about teams contacting Aiden to make him think there was interest from someone? Past being lapped. Wait. Oh my god. I probably should have waited until the first patch to do this, because the AI is certainly a bit too quick. I mean, I wholeheartedly admit I'm not the best racer on this game, but oh fuck. Oh, for goodness sake. Got no chance.
Come on, you can win that place back.
DRS is very powerful in this game. That's one thing I've noticed, for sure.
Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap.
I'm gonna get a point at least. Hopefully.
Our gap to the car in front is 4.0 seconds.
Wow. And of course, Max Verstappen wins the race shot car. I'll be shocked. No. Yeah, so maybe that was the reason Devon didn't hit the team orders. Oh, we've got a point, I'll take it.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Look, this isn't the first time we've seen Devon Butler go rogue, but the question is, what are Connor Sport going to do about it?
Well, it's really hard, as we've seen so many times before, Crofty, in the past. So hard to control your drivers. In a way, they're their own entity, but on the top of it, they're working for the team, and that's what you want. It's a very hard situation to manage.
Yeah, well...
And working for the team, Casper Ackermann wanted to make a clean break for this year. This does feel, though, that it's something that they might have had to have dealt with last season.
It's really not what they wanted. A repeat of what happened in the past, and you cannot let it go on. It can't continue. They're just damaging the reputation of the team and their own reputation as well. They have to sort it out. I'm sure they'll be having words.
So it's all changed here in Australia, and as the teams acclimatised to their new standings, so will we.
It's just a
Red
bunch
Bull
of
puts
waffle.
up an outstanding...
Vintage Croft and Davis are just talking waffle and nonsense.
Now, Devon,
shit.
you didn't respond to a team order today. In Hungary last season, you said it was a comms issue, but Connor Sport claimed they didn't know what that issue was. So, are they hiding something? What's really going on here?
Look, anything I say is going to be taken out of context. So I'd rather not fuel that kind of speculation. I'll debrief the team, and we'll figure out how we can stop it happening again. That's all there is to it.
Devon, you finished the race with a compromised car today. What was that like for you?
Yeah, it was tough out there. I mean, I love this track. You know I can do well here, and
I think you get varying
it's
levels of
frustrating
boost.
to deal with anything that slows me down. You know, I didn't like it, and the team didn't like it.
Now, some have been saying that you do get preferential treatment because your father funds the team. What do you say to those allegations?
I actually think he prefers aided. That actually might be true. Might be.
That always strikes me as really odd, like as if the only reason that I'm fast on the track is because my dad funds the team. You know, how is that an explanation? It's ridiculous.
So how do you expect Connor Sport to perform this season, based on your performance so far?
We can win the whole thing.
They got me, haven't they? So, yeah, I expect us to do pretty well. If they can sort out the car this time around, I'll get them all the points their little hearts desire.
Thank you so much for your time.
He's a dick, but he's got an underlying issue that he's not telling anyone about. Oh. I reckon they're going to try and humanize him then, a little bit. He'll still be Devon Butler, but I think he'll probably be showing a more human side sooner rather than later. Because he's going to have to talk to someone about it.
Could you take a look at this, please?
But I think he probably doesn't want to admit it himself. And every time on these cars showed that it was the right decision to switch development when we did last year. There's still not so much of the season left, but we've put ourselves in a good position to compete with our rivals. Sweet. Darren refused to comment on what happened out there today. Speculation is rife. What should we say? Yep. Yep. We know what's wrong, but they don't.
You nip this in the bud, Cass. Do you hear me?
Andreo,
Butler, what was that out there today? I will not have a return to last season. We are a team. He cannot be allowed to do just what he wants.
just calm down.
You don't really have
We're
much of
under
a choice
control.
in it, dude.
Oh, this is Devon we're talking about. There is no control. He nearly lost the car, Casper.
But he didn't. You know what it gets like out there. I'm sure there's an explanation.
Or an excuse.
And we'll find out. I'll be racing it at the debrief, okay? So I'll report back to you.
Okay, hang on. Look, I've got to go. I've got Davidoff on the other line.
No.
Of course you have. Enjoy.
Yeah. I heard the order at Connosport. Butler appears to be the only one who missed it. Reactions from those lying around the racing world have been polarized. Calls for Connosport to let the man drive on social media have been met with a conflicting view from those closer to the paddock. Former F1 driver Lucas Weber branded the incident as typical Butler, adding in all the years he's been driving, Devon's arrogance hasn't once diminished. Now it seems as if he's been given a license to do what he wants. I mean, he's not wrong. Is this any, I think it's a new one. But it always surprises me how ready those of us to watching on cry and wail about the driver in the car is somehow doing it all wrong. Ever notice how easy to make those assessments in the comfort of your sofa? You can take a bite from your sandwich, reach for another sip of your drink, and comfortably pass judgment on the driver in question is an idiot. Regardless of what actually happened on track with Butler in Melbourne, there's a difference between letting the drivers who sit in the seat of an F1 car competing at the highest level and the spectators who sit in comfort in homes and TV studios staring at their screens passing judgment of the fire. He's not wrong. Not wrong. Just for once, let's acknowledge the difficulty of the sport and give Butler the benefit of the doubt. Point. Good point. So he thinks he can get away with it. It's simple. He's still bought in 10th though. So actually, it actually manages that we, yeah. Is this really Devon's fault, or do we need to start talking about the Connosport car again? Devon says it's ridiculous to think he might benefit from his father's funding the team. It'd be more ridiculous to assume he didn't. Is anyone really surprised? This is typical Butler, peak Devon. We shouldn't be shocked about this kind of behaviour by now. Lucas knows. No one cares about your dumb opinions. What the fuck? Fairness, he's been a bit of a better punter than a driver. Yeah. Well, actually, no, he wasn't that bad. A valuable point. He could have done it if it couldn't go off script. Ackerman must be pulling his hair out. Am I having deja vu? Or didn't this happen last year with Butler openly ignoring team orders? Arava, we are on repeats already. Are we going to have some of the cost cap drama next? Lol. This is what they want. Butler still continues to provide that he's the better driver. No, that's not the case. But, well, I suppose it is on this occasion. Not overall, though. I mean, he did slam into Ackerman. Where are people? What are people that are Devon's fans watching? Because it's not what we are. Just had a run in a full diagnostics check on Devon's car. I won't go into anything here, but it's not quite as bad as we feared. Should be good to go in no time. Call me as soon as you get this. We need to discuss the party line with regard to what happened out there. We all know that certain things will always be temperamental come race day. I will not have the finger pointed at Devon for this one. Oh, Zoe. I saw the race, but there's not too much drama to deal with. But then, I guess there always is, right? Lily is still cheering for Aiden. I'm still cheering for you. Oh, cool.